Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back. No need to Premier League. Right then. Interesting start to the season, guys. Really interesting start to the season. Told you I like the look of the tactic. We've done alright with it. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's jump into it. So, first and foremost, let's go into competitions. Premier League, second. Can anybody say perfect start to the season? We're a game behind. Our game in the hand is going to be played today. We are the Sunday fixture against Aston Villa. We're at the Molineux, so I'm expecting big things. 4 games, 4 wins, +6 on the goal difference. Let's have a look at how we've done, guys, shall we? So, you were last with us for the 3-1 game against Derby. We then beat Arsenal 2-0 at home with Martinez and Vinicius Jr. on the score sheet. Played very well. Arsenal didn't really have much of the ball. Then got a 2-1 win against Sheffield United. Chad Darby, Janssen for them, and then Max Aarons in the 94th minute. Has to be said, we dominated this game. Max Aarons was actually at fault for the Janssen goal. He kept him onside. He played him onside. 94 minutes though, scored an absolute rocket of a volley to pull us back into a leading position. We then beat Stoke at home 2-0 in the Carabao Cup. Not really too bothered about the Carabao Cup this season. We're not going to focus on it at all. My main priority this season is definitely going to be the league and hopefully the FA Cup. Obviously, any kind of silverware would be great. And of course, it does give us that little leg into Europe if all else fails. So first team starts then for Greg Devine. He's only played one game for us. Obviously, he's one of our young players. Not really somebody you would have expected to get on the score sheet, to be honest. Doesn't look like he's ever going to be an amazing talent. But the young lad played well and he bagged the goal for us, so happy days. And then also Toza, young right back, also on the score sheet. So we are at home to Villa today. We are expecting big things, so let's see how we get on. I'm excited. I really am excited for the rest of this season now. If you'd have said to me at the start of the season that we'd be top after our first 4 games that included Arsenal and Chelsea, especially with Chelsea being an away game, I'd have told you that you were off your head. But that's where we are. That's where we stand. So let's hopefully continue the good run today and get back onto the top of the Premier League, shall we? So the only changes we are going to make is we are going to bring De Jong back in. He was out for 3 weeks, so all of this bearing in mind, without our proper left back, and we've had injuries in midfield as well as up front. Sean Madueke was out for a little bit, so he was playing Vinicius Jr. and Sam Oakley. So things are looking decent at the moment, guys. They really are. Been very disappointed with Timo Werner. I thought he might come and really light things up a little bit. Just not doing it, not at all. So far, absolutely no goals, none at all. You would expect more from him, you really would, as a player who's been so prolific over his kind of career. You'd expect him to come in and do good things, and he's just not at the moment. So, got a little something in the works for January. If we pull off what I'm trying to pull off at the moment, we're going to be very strong. We do also need some cover at left back though, because it has to be said, Ryan Giles isn't bad cover, but he's certainly not fantastic either. Long term, he's not going to be the man who we rely on. But into the game today then. We've got our starting 11 of Svilar at the back, Martinez, Darby, Turinga, De Jong and Aarons, followed up by Chowdhury and Gravenberch, and Gibbs White just behind Werner and Madueke. Hopefully, folks, we will get a nice, solid 3 points on the board and we will continue the run, especially against local rivals. I know that it's not our biggest rivals because it's not West Brom, but obviously any game against the likes of the Villa, the Blues, Wolves and Wolves fans, we've really got to be winning these to keep them on board. And that's exactly what we're going to say today. Where is the fans? There we are. Give the fans a performance to be proud of. We're unbeaten in 5 games against Villa. I don't like that because we was unbeaten. We was actually on a really bad run against Chelsea of 8 games without a win, and we just broke that in the last game. So we'll pay little attention to that. Let's get into the game then and see how we get on today. As we've got 5 minutes gone then, well, coming up to 5 minutes, and nothing really happening. We're dominant in possession. Even a draw today takes us top of the table, but a draw's not what we want. We're looking for dubs. We really only want wins. And De Jong is looking nervous, which is unusual for a first team player here. The man's only just come back from injury, so I am going to bear that in mind. I'm going to demand more as well, as we're at the halfway mark. We've had 9 shots on target and none of them have been deemed worthy enough of a highlight. So Max Aarons then takes the throw in, passes it to Madueke. Madueke back to Aarons, all the way back to Chowdhury. Gets a lovely crossing. De Jong, oh, he's just back. He's not going to be the sharpest at the minute, but that was a chance where we should have really gone ahead there, and it's quite worrying when you don't take chances, because we all know what football managers like in terms of punishing teams. I'm going to assertively say I'm not happy with your performance out there so far, because that was not good enough. Gibbs White then with the corner, floats it in nicely, goes all the way through to Taringa. Again, not a centre back that you really want on the ball. Martinez, another one. Gravenberch, oh, just wide. And again, good positions. Morgan Gibbs White is injured. I'm not going to risk him because I can't really afford first team players to be dropping out at the moment. It's not an ideal situation for us. So we'll bring Gibbs White off, and I think it's Lopez who we'll bring in just behind. I do like Lopez playing there. Not his natural position, but he seems to play very well. And for the time being, we will leave it at just the one substitute. Gibbs White then does play it back to Gravenberch. Gravenberch to De Jong, back to Gravenberch, into Gibbs White. Gravenberch puts it out for Aarons. Aarons has been sensational this season, by the way. Into Madueke, and he hits it straight down the middle at Muric. Again, not good enough. Lopez with the corner. Oh, and Timo Werner could have got his Wolves. Could have got his first Wolves goal there. Could have got off the mark for us, but doesn't. And we're coming up now for 70 minutes and still no goals after what's been a dominant performance. We really don't want this game to finish 0-0. Right, Gravenberch is tiring, so we will go. Who's playing worse out? Both of our strikers aren't playing particularly well. We'll bring Vinicius Jr. on for Timo Werner because he's still not done anything. And then, although everybody's kind of playing decently at the back, where can I improve the most, possibly? Gravenberch is playing well, he's just tiring. Do I bring Sessegnon on? I think that's the change we make. Sessegnon, bring him into the attacking midfield role here. Let's see if we can't push on and get a goal. 75 minutes on the clock, man. We are going to ask them to show some passion. 10 minutes of passion, get the boys fired up. Clock's ticking down and ticking down and ticking down, and it looks like this is going to be the first time we slip up and lose points. And to lose them against the Villa, I have to say, as a Birmingham City fan, is absolutely bloody infuriating. I was expecting a nice performance for you today, guys. Yes, we've dominated the game. 13 shots off target is really below par. And obviously to draw with local rivals is not fantastic. That being said, however, we've still got a perfect start to the season in terms of we haven't lost a game yet. Still got a good positive goal difference. And we are top of the league. That does give me a chance to say, though, you weren't good enough today. So we've got to let them know you have to be better. So there we have it. After 5 games, we are top of the Premier League. We are the only team. No, we're not. That's a lie. Liverpool and Newcastle also haven't lost a game yet. However, they have drawn more games than we have. We've still got a significantly better goal difference, though. 2 goals, but we'll allow that. So, let me know what you think, guys. What do you think? Do you reckon we can push the top 4 this season? Do you think it's all going to fall apart and we'll end up finishing 8th or 9th again? I hope not. I would sincerely hope now that we are going to be pushing for Europe. We're looking very solid. Even when we're playing teams that are bigger than us, bigger reputations, some bigger players in there, we have looked defensively sound and we've looked decent going forwards. I know that we didn't today, and we're hoping that that's not a trend that's going to continue. If you did enjoy the video today, please do smash the like button for me. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. We are uploading on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Please take care of yourself, guys. Stay safe. I know that the country's in a little bit of a shitstorm at the minute, but it's imperative you look after yourselves and one another. That's all from